What is going on, All-Terrain Nation? Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these pickup trucks that I want to drive. This is your All-Terrain Nation, and I am your host, David Boyd. Alongside co-host, we got Mr. Overlanding for Fun, Bronco Santa himself, the guy that needs some subs. Go smash that, smash the subscribe button for Bronco Santa over there on his channel. But what is going on, Tim? Where are you at tonight? Because this is I don't see a campfire. I'm a little worried.
May or may not know, I'm up here at Supercell, Wisconsin, and the Wisconsin Dells, home of, and you ready for this, Chubby's Gentlemen's Club and Wisconsin Dolls. So you actually have choices in this place. You've got one on one side of the street and one on the other.
So what are these gentlemen clubs or what?
I check. I don't know.
You bring it up and then don't share the info.
Well, sorry. So actually, I brought the campfire down here with me.
Yeah.
You know, part of that's an internal flame.
Of course.
Eternal.
Okay.
It's the eternal flame.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the security stopped me when I was trying to bring it in the hotel.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's still back at the Bronco. So
do you get
a backdrop of whatever the thing is here?
Do you get taxed for bringing it over state lines? I mean, is there a flame tax on that, or how does that work exactly?
No, but I'm sure the ATF will be looking into me now.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, you've
alcohol,
opened your
tobacco, firearms, and the eternal flame.
And fire pit.
Yeah.
But so first off, you're covering Supercell. You might do something for us here on the channel. You might not. You might do it for your own channel. I don't know what your plans are, but I'm happy that you're up there, man. There's a few celebrities that I heard were heading that way. Was Mitchell with Town and Country heading that way? I can't remember.
You know, I'm not sure if Mitchell's up here. I have not heard. I did see Mitchell Cree from Wild Horses.
The little guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The tall, short person.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that he doesn't stand much above the top of the hood of my Bronco, but I won't say that out loud.
No, I said hello to him at Bronco Supercell. He's super nice kid, man. Really, really nice. And very, very seems like very hyper and very out ready to perfect for promotions. Perfect.
So actually, I pulled up. I said this off stage. Actually, some of my neighbors here, some people that just live on the other side.
Literally your neighbors.
Literally my neighbors, and they have a Gen 1 Bronco, and he was over there actually helping them with some transmission issues that they were having. So, nice. Good stuff. Good guy.
Well, so let's see. We got the cast of characters. We got Terrence Mooney, Impa Joe, Austin Allen. We got John, my neighbor John Burnett over here. Frank B is in the house. Legendary Frank B. Frank B has followed me from the NNP all the way over this way, and super nice guy. G Wilkers, Mark King, one of my other sort of neighbors, is in the house. Shocker Racing, what is up, dude? Michael Cooper. So thanks for everybody joining in, man. If you would, we're trying to grow the happy hour. So and this is just everything automotive. So if you would ever so kindly share this to social media.
Absolutely.
We do this normally every Tuesday, but the silly fireworks got in our way this week. And sadly, right now, we're cutting in the middle of Dwayne's broadcast. And I apologize to Dwayne for doing that because I didn't realize that Bronco Wild there was in the middle of their stream. So I apologize, Dwayne. But let's see. Zachary Rogers, been a member for 5 months. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much for that. Hey, Tim. From one radio man to another, I really liked your radio video comparing what to mount to your Bronco. So that's very, very cool. So awesome. What video you got going on there, man? I guess I might have missed it.
Yeah. So obviously you don't have notifications, all notifications turned on.
I thought I had
to subscribe to the channel, but what I did was I did like an overview video of CB. GMRS, FRS, and ham radio, and kind of just went through the top, high level view of what those are, kind of where they fall into place with each other, who's really using what, and I'm going to take the feedback from that video and kind of drill down on some very specific ones to go there. So it's going to be a multi-part series. I'm thinking at least what I see. Is a lot of people are going GMRS right now.
But will it be better than the Obi-Wan series? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I heard Disney's really screwing the pooch on the Star Wars.
Yeah,
Stuff.
they've taken Star Wars and just ruined it. But this isn't
Yeah.
a talk show like that. But so
It could be all Star Wars Nation.
well, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I've lived my childhood and I've grown up. Though nothing against Star Wars. The new stuff's not made for me. But so tonight I want to talk about full-size trucks a little bit, and I wanted everybody's take on this. And I've got a poll going up right now, and sadly it only gave me a certain amount of spots, so I've left the Nissan Titan out. But I don't think it was going to be heavily voted on in the poll anyways. But sadly, YouTube only gave me those many spots.
You know, I know you're right there in Nissan's backyard.
I am.
I mean, this poll, this group, this audience could have swayed Nissan one way or the other.
I don't know, man.
I think you got that kind of grip, Dave. Short.
We're not going to talk about my grip, sir.
No, grip.
This isn't that kind of show either. Grip Nation. But if you would vote on the poll, I'm curious to sometimes these polls it's where I want to head the content down the road. So I am curious where our audience is, what their interest is in the full-size trucks. But first off, Tim, we'll talk Bronco just real quickly. You did how many miles in your Bronco to get to Wisconsin?
I would have to double check, but I'm gonna ballpark it at about 600.
How was the comfort, man? Was the ride all right?
Well, this is the second long trip that I've taken in a Bronco.
Right.
6+ hours, and my ass does not hurt. So, 2 thumbs up.
Your ass gives it 2 thumbs up. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's better than.
Is that too cheap?
That's better than 2 thumbs up my ass. But
well, I mean, for some, who knows?
Hey,
but let's see. B-Rice says, bring back the Xterra. Hey, man, I wish Nissan would, but like most of these companies right now, EV always slips into this live stream. But I think everybody's direction right now is so up EVs, Heine, that nobody's worried about the gas-powered vehicles right now. And sadly, I think that brand name is never coming back. If it did, they would just call it a Terra, because they actually didn't own the Nissan. Nissan didn't actually own the Xterra name. They rented that name, which is kind of crazy. From the event, there is an Xterra, some kind of training event that they did that. But back to the truck. So Tim, a little bit of news before we break down the trucks. Nissan, rumors are going around that Nissan might be offering the Titan. Have you ever actually seen a Titan? That's question number one.
Yeah.
Would you know if you've seen the Titan?
Yeah, I saw one of your videos.
No, but have you ever actually seen one in person? Because you're a Midwestern guy. I'm surrounded by Nissans, so
yeah. Actually, I saw one not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I've seen a Frontier.
Yeah.
And that Pro 4X thing. That's a Frontier, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's an off-road option.
Call me Nissan. I'll be your new spokesperson.
Clearly, you know the material there.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, in the comments, some of you guys let me know. So the Nissan, part of the Nissan issue with full-size truck is much like Toyota has. Toyota will probably sell around 100,000 Tundras this year, which is pretty good, really. I mean, it's not what the big three are going to do, but quite a few for that brand. Of course, the Tundra's been refreshed. It's exciting looking. I think Toyota came out making their own looking vehicle. They didn't try to copy anybody. They just, hey, we're Toyota, we're going to do our own thing. Where the Nissan brand, sadly, the first generation that was from 2004, I want to say, till 15, very unique looking truck. Had a lot of horsepower. At the time of launch, that truck had more horsepower than the big three were offering. It was 305 horsepower, which is crazy to me now if you think our Broncos have 330 horsepower, well over what that full-size truck had in a big V8. They bumped up the horsepower to 315 in the Gen 1 and then just never refreshed it. The company as a whole, they tend to are one-track minded company, and they're not, I will say, if you look at the big three, Ford's truck department's probably all of what Nissan has for Nissan North America's headquarters. That's how much that they value the full size truck lines. And Nissan is they've always been a car company. You think of Nissan or Datsun, you think of the Z. The Z is an iconic thing for them. You don't think of Nissan Titan as being an iconic name for the vehicle. And the name Titan itself is just kind of, I'll say it's kind of a strange truck name. Where are you at with that as a truck name? Because Tundra, once again, kind of a strange name. We know what Silverado and F-150 mean, but
yeah, well, F-150 just a number.
yeah.
But you know, I'm not sure what the impetus was for the naming convention. I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it definitely, when I hear Titan, because I'm familiar with it, I mean, I think pickup truck, or maybe that movie or something. Oh, that was the Titan. Remember?
Well, we
Titan.
might be remembering the Titan is what may happen down the road.
Yeah.
But there was nothing, you know, they between the Gen 1 and Gen 2, and I've said this, I used to say this on the Nissan show all the time. Nissan had a leader in Carlos Ghosn, or Gozin, however you want to say his name. And he's a French Brazilian, like he's got 14 different ethnicities. Like you hear him talk, it's very difficult to understand. And I'm not picking on any foreigner for speaking English, but when you're reaching out to the Bubba, we'll say in the truck buying market, your 1500 series truck is all day long. It's the kind of I hate to say redneck, but it's just this guy that loves trucks. That's what they're associated with, kind of. And you had this kind of guy with this broken accent coming out at the launch of 2016, like, here's our Nissan Titan. And that's how he said it. And you're like, well, that doesn't really a lot of confidence in me. If the guy, you can't understand the guy, how am I supposed to understand the product? Right. And at the time, Nissan brought in Fred Diaz, who Fred Diaz was with Dodge Ram, big guy in their truck line. Like he was a big name in the truck line, and Nissan plucked him away from Ram to be the leader of the Titan. And then they didn't let the guy you brought in kind of introduce the truck that he helped redesign. It was kind of awkward. Definitely Nissan has this weird thing of management is a mess over there. And the company's, like I said earlier, has always been a car company. So when it comes to trucks, even though the old hard bodies, you know, Nissan was, I want to say they were the first import brand to bring their trucks to America. The old 520, I think it was, and then the 620s and 720s. They brought that pup truck to America, and it was a smash hit. It was so much of a hit that the big three were not prepared for that kind of vehicle. So they had to rebadge these guys' vehicles. So yeah. Mazda, you know, Ford did with the Mazda with the little couriers, and Chevrolet was known with the Suzu for the love truck, and Mitsubishi, I think, with the Dodge at the time. They all had to rebadge these vehicles because they were not prepared for the little trucks. And so you would have thought Nissan and Toyota would have had the upper hand in trying to get into the full-size market. But no, man, the big three guy, he'll buy your Tacoma like crazy. But when he wants a full-size truck, he's probably going one of the big three. And that's kind of nuts to me, man. Now, Tim, you were a guy who's been all over the map with your auto purchases. You don't seem to be specifically brand loyal, but out of the options for truck, we've got F series, you've got Silverado, you've got the Ram 1500, you've got the Toyota Tundra and the Nissan Titan. Where does that leave you? If you needed a full-size truck, where would you lean?
You know, that's interesting. You know, I think I think it's two very different people. And I've had good luck with Toyota in the past, both with the 4Runner and the FJ Cruiser.
Right.
You know, I can say, well, you know what, I could expect that same kind of reliability with the Tundra if I was to go full size. But then, you know, obviously there's a reason F-150 has been the number one selling full size truck for what, 40 years now, 50 years.
Right. Right.
But, you know, GM and Dodge both make a good product too. But I think there's you know, maybe a kind of a cultural difference. And I don't know if Toyota and Nissan, you know, their American divisions are fully run, you know, here in North America, or if they're taking marching orders from the other side of the ocean, because there's two very distinct, the U.S. market is different than the world market, or the U.S. market's different than Japan, and we have much bigger vehicles here,
Oh yeah.
and so you talked about pickup truck guy. I remember Tim was from Pickup Truck Talk Plus SUV.
Yes.
Yeah, he was talking about being, I think, riding around with the guy. I'm not sure if it was Nissan or Toyota or one of those things, about some of the stuff that you just kind of expect here that they needed to get in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great that they do it, but sometimes I wonder if the designers. I don't have experience in manufacturing of vehicles with a Japanese company, but I have done and been involved in IT in some Japanese-based manufacturing companies here in the United States, and I know that there's the local worker bees, and then there's the engineers that come over from Japan.
Yeah,
and there's a big kind of a divide between the two.
And, well, it is with import brands. It is definitely Toyota and Nissan. Both they are American design vehicles that has to get Japanese approval. Now the last Tundra, they fought neck and they were just fought each other over, North America. Toyota North America didn't have the say that they have now. It's more of a 50-50 say with the truck lines.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Nissan, man, Nissan Japan fought. Why they even built a full-size truck, I have no idea. They've never been fully committed to a full-size truck, and it shows the way they don't advertise them. I see Tundra ads. I can't tell you the last time I actually saw a Nissan Titan ad. But Nissan North America constantly fights with Nissan Japan. It came down to they were fighting over the exhaust. Nissan North America wanted a rich sounding kind of, they got a cool V8 in that truck. They wanted something that represents the sound of that V8, and Japan was like, no, it's too loud. Just too loud. We can't have that. And it's strange to me in Nissan's case is that the Japanese side of the brand doesn't understand trucks really. I mean, they know midsize a little bit, but they don't understand the full size appeal, and much like I put a new exhaust on the Bronco, that seems to be an American thing. We always want to improve it, make it better, and they don't seem to open themselves up to allow that. And I think Toyota's slightly getting more into that, but with the big three, anytime they have something new, there's a SEMA measuring session. They're scanning these vehicles. They're letting aftermarket just have their hands all over these trucks, and the imports are a little less friendly.
Well, they're very rigid.
Yes,
and I think that's a cultural thing too.
Oh, for sure.
So big VA guy wants to hear his zooms, and not his vroom vrooms. And that we're going to make a box, and it's going to fit inside that box. And if it goes outside that box, then we don't want it because we have to stack our boxes on top of each other and high. It's a big cultural thing. So.
Yeah, and of course the full size trucks wouldn't work in Japan. The roads aren't built for it, really. I mean, what they have as a car hauler is barely a mid-sized truck, man. Like it's a different culture, and it's amazing in this internet age that the cultures, we love, like Fast and the Furious. You love all the import cars, that's why the the GTR is so beloved, is because it was that thing we couldn't have. And you would think it would go for the Japanese culture about full-size trucks. You would think they would just love and eat this up because they can't have it. Australia, they're just now getting full-size trucks. In that country, Jesus, you would think that country would be all full-size trucks, but they're even fighting the governments are fighting the don't bring this big vehicle into us. And Nissan could have at one time, the dealers there wanted the Titan so bad, and Nissan was in talks to bring it there. And there's some companies over there that convert them, but by the time you convert these vehicles to right-hand drive, it's just ridiculously expensive. I know now, I want to say Ram is in Australia. I believe GM is in Australia. And I want to say Ford is about to be with the F-Series in Australia. So big trucks are a big thing globally now. So it's pretty exciting. As far as the Nissan thing, I will say, as someone who I've covered the brand for well over 10 years. It's a cultural thing within management. They seem to, the thing I've noticed within the auto manufacturing world is everybody wants to move up 1/8 of an inch up the ladder. And sometimes to move 1/8 of an inch, you got to go lateral three positions over here. And then you might be in the truck line for 6 weeks. You're the head of truck line. Then you might be back over to the SUV side. Like, there's no stability, especially within Nissan. And I think it showed with the Titan. I was at the 2020 launch of the refresh Titan.
Yeah.
And Nissan went all out. They showed us a very nice time. They gave us plenty of Titans to drive. I just at the time came out of a 2017 Titan that I'd leased for 3 years as a long-term tester, and was very impressed on the interior of the Titan that we had, and the outside was too much copy, just too much Ford, too much Ram in that truck. And they had a chance for me to kind of redeem themselves a little bit, and they didn't. They just new headlights and taillights. And that was about it. What about? Oh, go ahead, Tim.
Well, I was going to say, going back to that cultural thing, nobody wants to be that guy that makes that decision that bombs.
Yes.
And it's big. It's big.
Mm-hmm.
I think in any automotive industry, coming out with a car, $1 million. What'd you say? $1 billion to develop a
nameplate alone is worth $1 billion, and yes, it's $1 billion to develop a new platform.
And a small thing can get blown out of proportion, like valves, just popping off everywhere.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, so I think maybe because, once again, going back to the cultural thing with the Japanese companies, they're very strict. They don't, if it works, don't mess with it.
Yes.
And and I think that's why sometimes they're some of their designs get a little long in the tooth before they finally refresh them.
Well, and that was Nissan and Toyota's problem because Ford can throw money at the F series because they know it's going to sell. Nissan and Toyota, sometimes it's like they have to let them get out there, let them stretch out a little bit. Full size trucks are very profitable because there's some, trucks are what I think the Titan starts around $38,000. I can guarantee you there's not $38,000 of metal in there versus a $25,000 Altima. There's about the same amount of wiring, the same amount of sheet metal. You can't convince me that there's a justification for truck prices unless
you got just 4 to 8 feet of void back there that's open.
Yeah,
there's no interior, there's nothing.
Yeah, no seats back there.
Sheet metal and some rhino liner.
Yeah, but I think part of kind of to wrap up on the Titan is I think poor management's what's hurt that vehicle, and it's not I'm not saying, because I know some of the truck line management over there.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the guys that are actually boots on the ground with the vehicle. It's their bosses and the 16 bosses above them that are counting pennies. And when you're a company like Nissan, who had been primarily a car company, and well, cars are dying. Nobody wants cars anymore. Nissan had a hit for 25 years with the Altima. Well, sales, Altima was 60, I forget, no more than that, probably around 100,000 a year sales. And now I want to say they're probably in the 60s.
Dude, I saw a hoopty Nissan the other day.
Oh yeah,
made me think of you. And I've never even heard of the model. I'll have to look it up now.
Okay.
As soon as I saw it, it was a hoopty. It was tail pipe dragon. Right rear tire was kind of cocked.
Oh,
I don't know how it was driving straight line, but it was going.
Well, they're all out there, but I would like to see Nissan, though. I really felt like, because I've seen Image talking about towing and stuff. The current Titan is, what was it? It's right at 10,000, I think, maybe under 9,500, something like that, which is pedestrian anymore for towing. Not that who needs to tow a house, but I guess if you can't have more horsepower, you got to have the next best thing for a truck is towing. The Titan XD, which is a heavier duty frame, bigger brakes, just a little bit bigger vehicle. I think Nissan could have done well if they would have just called that the Titan now, just kill off their normal 1,500. And because Nissan, the brilliance of the company is they thought they don't need to make a 2,500. they need to make a tweener. They need to make a, I don't know if you call it a 2000, but they thought there was value in that weird not three quarter, but I forget what the tonnage is that they call it, and there's no value in it. Nobody's buying the XD at all. But make the XD the Titan, and I think maybe you could say, hey, now we have 12,000 pounds of towing, because you look at the F series, the F-150, which is clearly it's a best-selling truck for a lot of reasons, and what towing is what at 12,000 now in that aluminum bodied vehicle. That if you ever towed 12,000 pounds in that vehicle, it's got to push the truck all over the place. Tim, where are you at with the F series, man? Do you like kind of what they look like now? And I'll bring some of these up here and we can talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ford, obviously, they make a great truck. And then once again, I'll say it again, there's a reason they've been the number one full-size truck in America for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
I am interested in the Lightning a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might go get a closer look at one.
Well, they're cool as a car. I think TFL proved, which I watched their video this past week where they were doing some towing comparisons versus a normal gasoline powered GMC, and the range of their Lightning is 250, something like that. I think the towing range they got out of it was less than 90 miles. And it was about a 6,000 pound load they were towing, which was ridiculous. And I believe Nathan, who I hope to have on the show soon, he was talking about, well, or somebody was talking, well, you could tow your boat with it to the lake. And he's like, yeah, but there's no chargers at the lake, which is a great point. Gas, 5 minutes, I can fill up and I'm gone. EVs for the full size, I'm not sold on just yet, even though I think I think Ford was smart to make it look like their normal F series. But the F-150, man, the 22s, which we should be seeing 23s pretty soon, just they kind of just keep in their lane, man. They don't go too crazy. I think the most crazy thing they did was aluminum, if I could say it, aluminum a few years ago. After that, they just stay in their lane. They've got those EcoBoost engines in there. That get you pretty good fuel economy and can tow like crazy, man. I like what Ford's doing, man. Would you be interested in an F series if you needed a full size truck?
Oh, I would think so. But I made it a personal mission of mine never to get a full size pickup truck or any pickup truck for that fact, just because I don't want to move my friends.
Yes,
I don't.
Yes.
I was 22 years old and I said I will never have a pickup truck again, just for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's your back says thank you. Is what that means.
Oh, absolutely.
No, but I've had, so in 97, I bought I had an F-150 in 97, an XLT. I want to say it had a little 3.6 V6 in it. I had the little 5-speed manual transmission. I love that little truck, man. Little 2-door, got me everywhere. Did a lot of towing with that vehicle. Threw a lot of mulch in the back of that vehicle, and did everything I needed. Even though what was funny was I came from a Chevrolet household. My dad was a hardcore Chevrolet guy, and when I was still living at home at the time, and when I brought that truck in the driveway, he threatened to make me move. Like he was so
anti.
Oh yeah, he was so anti-Ford that it ended up I threw the keys one day and he drove it and he's like, it's not a bad, it's not a bad vehicle. But that's what's funny about some of these brand loyalties. Like it's you can ruin families over which model full-size truck you pick.
I have my hangups with GM, and I won't ever buy a GM.
Man, you have a lot of hangups here, Tim.
Just GM. Just the GM's
no trucks.
My stepmom's a GM retiree, and she's like, oh yeah, oh well, here you can use my whatever their
plan.
Their employee discount is. I'm like, no, sorry, I can't do it. But they get new GMs every couple of years or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
They lease. I think they're cruising the Buicks now.
Oh, they're of that age.
They moved into the old people's cars.
Yeah, they're of that age. You got to go Buick.
Yeah. Unless you're trying to.
Well, let me pull this out here just real quick, and let's make a move over to the GM Life, and let's see what their websites are looking like right now. Because, well, for one, they've added the ZR2, which I I was supposed to get to drive, and I may still yet, which they have showing playing here is the ZR2. But I know who was it? Terrence, I think, said that he had a 17 in like the truck, but he doesn't like the new front ends. I actually like the front end of this vehicle. I hadn't liked the previous generation Silverados that much, and I grew up in, like I said, a GM household. I loved the old the 88, the redesigns. I think Car and Driver at the time said that GM made the truck too feminine back then because trucks were real square. They were only supposed to be tough, column shifters. You only did truck things with it. And GM, they kind of changed all of that. But starting around 34,000, the F Series starts around 30,000. And the Titan is starting at 38,000, which is pretty crazy.
And I'm suppose both the GM and the Ford, the 30,000 ish vehicles are pretty stripped down.
Yes, 4 cylinders. No, they still do truck things, don't get me wrong, but yeah, no, it's a truck without the power, basically. But stripped down anymore is not. When I was a kid, you could get S10s with no radios, no AC. What we call stripped down now, no rear bumpers. But we call stripped down now is kind of a joke, really, comparatively. But no, you get a radio, probably some connectivity, but not much else.
No seat heaters.
No, you're going to pay for those.
Heaters. No steering wheel heater.
Yeah, you were definitely going to pay for those. But I actually, like I said, I like the front end of the Silverado, especially the little refresh they've done to it. It's not for everybody, but that's the cool thing about the full-size truck market is they all seem to kind of have their own unique look, minus Nissan.
That I do like the look of that. Now, it kind of looks like the front end's a little snubbed down.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is their off-road package.
Okay.
So let's see if they have a normal... Find a picture of a normal. No, they're really promoting this ZR2 right now. But no, they definitely have their own take on it. I like the running lights. That's something that required by law, but I like how they've kind of snuck them in there a little bit. And they have tow hooks.
The daytime running lights.
Yes. Yeah, kind of I hated when you used to see just everybody's headlights on. I kind of like now that you've gone to this LED barish kind of running lights. But interior wise, look at that. Interior wise, of course, this is a loaded edition, but very truck like in that thing, and the big screens that they're putting in these things. When everybody decided that they wanted SUVs and trucks, man, they really had to take trucks and ramp them up. Really nice. I could see myself driving around in that vehicle.
Yeah, although that interior looks awful busy compared to something like the Bronco that's very slick.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've got your shifter there. You've got your AC vents.
Meant a lot. Well,
you've got your hero, what we would call in the Bronco, the hero panels. They've got that kind of right there.
Okay. Still looks busy.
You're just not a GM guy. I get it. It's okay. It's okay, Tim.
It looks like it's got an analog speedometer.
No, that's all digital. I'm sure they do in their work truck package do offer analog still. Much like the F Series, they I think they still offer that in their more basic trims. But let's see. I'm pulling one up real quick. I want to pull a Ford up.
John Burnett's in here. Is he waiting on the Everglades?
I believe so.
Everglades.
Yeah. So here is the pull this back up. So this is comparatively, this is a Lariat. I like the Ford Dot. I like how they're running their daytime lights. I like how they've kind of hidden it into the system. I have to say though, if I had to choose between the F-150 over just looks versus this Silverado, I'm probably going Silverado right now for me. But there is your F-150.
So yeah, and I actually just looked at that. So the hood, kind of seems a little more slanted, where on the Silverado it's kind of there.
Yeah,
it's there. It's in your face. It's bold.
Yes, and which is, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I think sometimes Ford does play it a little safe, where the next brand who we're going to talk about, Ram Ram has not played it safe in a while. They've kind of did their own thing. I remember back in '93 when they brought out this kind of Peterbilt semi truck
Yes.
look that they went with, and it was like that blew people away because the previous 1500s were just horrible.
Yeah.
They were a company bankrupt. They were trying to come out of bankrupt. They needed a hit in the truck line, and they got a big hit, man. They were way at the bottom of the number 3 list, and they've been itching and scratching and fighting General Motors for that second spot right now, and it's kind of been back and forth for a while in the truck sales. But Ram took a chance with the design. Of course, Ram's had a few different owners over the years. Daimler Chrysler there for a while, and Fiat, and now it's under the brand Stellantis, which is a conglomerate of a bunch of brands. But it took me a minute to get into the new look of the 1500s. The head, something about it was just kind of off-putting to me at first, but the more I seen them, the more I kind of liked them. And the TRX for me is the bee's knees, man. I love that truck a lot.
Yeah, going back to that was the Ram that first came out, right? With the kind of the drop down fenders and everything like that.
Yep.
So my parents had actually got a Dakota,
okay,
probably right before that came out, and that was a good truck too. I mean,
little square light thing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, kind of a stub nose. Yeah, they pretty good trucks, man, and you could get V8s in those things.
I believe that theirs was a V6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they were offering a small block V8 in they did the Dakota. They changed it when they did the F-150s like these. They kind of made a miniature version of the full size truck, and yeah, you could get a 318 in those things. Was pretty freaking cool, man. I liked it a lot. Right now, if I had to choose, I think Ram would be the top of my list for the big 3. I think there's a lot of value in what they do. You get a lot of the interiors are well laid out. Let me see if I can pull one up here. There's a 1500. And they still do the classic, which is crazy to me why they still do that. But where are we at?
So I do have a coworker that's got a fairly new Ram that I rode in one day. It's nice. The console in there is huge. It's a big thing.
I'm not big on the turn knob shifter though. I think that's not on every model, but I know that the TRX doesn't get that. I do like more of a actual, I won't say column shifter, but just a actual shifter instead of a little knob you turn. Which is nothing. I've driven the 1500s with these knobs. It's not like it was a nightmare for me to turn the dial to make it go and drive. But I don't know, something about it's not truck like.
I don't even think with the stick the physical shifter, is it actually connected? It's by wire, isn't it?
Everything is by wire now. Yeah, there's truly no reason for them to be a actual manual shifters anymore.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's definitely I like how they really pushed the limits of the screen. You see that big 12 and a half, if I remember right, screen they're putting in those. I like how the layout of it. They could have stretched it all the way across the dash. They didn't. I like how they've went more of the upright positioning for that, and it's a good looking truck, man.
I just thinking about looking at that, I almost would maybe have liked to see the screen in our Broncos,
yes.
turned that way.
Yes, I totally agree on that. But some of us didn't get that big luxury screen that others got, Tim.
You need to it's all about how you sell the package, right?
Right.
So you sell that package to your wife. Like, you should have just waited until, I don't know, you're out with a group of people at a at a public event. You could have just said, hey, by the way, we're getting a big giant screen.
And look, my association, we voted the Truck of Texas. So I was a part of that voting on that. So I had to tip my hat there a little bit. But no, I like the Ram a lot. Right now, if I had the money, I would buy a T-Rex in a heartbeat. And I mean that, in a heartbeat. I would be all over that truck. I like it more so than the Raptor. I think it's just more pure fun horsepower versus the Raptor is take it to the desert. You're going to have a blast.
Yeah.
I don't think the T-Rex, if comparing the two, is as desert friendly, but so be it. But next up, Tim, is the new kid on the block this year is the new Tundra. And now I said it earlier, I think Toyota was smart to not copy anybody. Now they're going to do luxury trims, which is obviously, the capstone trim that they're going to do in this truck is pretty plush. And they're competing with the GMCs in that because they want that market a little bit. But I like this front end of this thing was so polarizing at first. It took me a minute to kind of understand it. And once I've seen them with a little bit more aggressive tire, it all comes together for me. And this is a good looking truck now to me.
How big is that bed?
I'm not sure on that
3 feet.
One.
3 That's a feet. Small looking bed.
Well, this is their TRD. Now, this is their off-road trim.
Right.
But let's see. I can't remember the bed sizes. I want to say they have a 6.5, and I'm not sure. I think you can get the long beds on these still. It's been a minute since I've really dug deep into this. Now, I did time in the 1794, which is a super nice trim. You got their TRD Pros, which is their off-road trims, and then the Capstone, which once again they're going after that the golf club guy with that, who needs a super fancy truck to go to the golf club. But what do you think of these things, man? I know you said full size just because you don't want to move people, but do you you've been a Toyota guy in the past.
With that short bed there, I mean, I would feel comfortable that I wouldn't get stuck having to move somebody's bed frame or mattresses or something like that. And that might just be how the photo looks just from the angle, but I like that. And like I said, I've had good luck with Toyota. If I had to choose, I would not. I don't think I'd really have a lot of buyer's remorse buying a Toyota.
Yeah,
they've been good to me in the past.
Well, let me click. I'm curious if they have anything on the bed options real quick because I can't remember. A 6.5 double cab with a 6.5 foot bed, crew cab with a 5.5 or 6.5 bed. So no long beds in this way it looks, but honestly, I know long beds for construction are practical. As far as me daily use, I don't have a need for that long of a bed. Or somebody in our audience may, but I've never had the need for the big long beds.
It kind of looks like that 1794 edition there in the TRD Pro. Look like they have a different wheelbase.
Well, I think it's showing here. I'll pull that back up. I think it's showing the difference in the beds. I think that's the 6.5 bed, and of course, this is a 5.5 foot bed. So the TRD Pro says right here, Crew Max with a 5.5 foot bed. So it is showing that you can get the longer bed with the 1794 edition.
See that immediately right here, 5.5 feet. That takes everybody's bed out of the way.
Well,
it's out of the running. I could go for something like that.
Well, there you go, Tim.
Yeah.
And finally, let's bring up the brand. I was not trashing because I do love the brand, but here is the Titan. And they're bragging about horsepower, which is kind of strange to me in a time of everybody kind of trying to be more environmentally conscious. Nissan flips the bird to that and says, "Hey, but we've got 400 horsepower. Sure, it may not be the most appealing looking truck, but we've got 400 horsepower. That's got to mean something." Where are you at with this one, Tim?
I don't know. It looks like a lot of the others, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely they've definitely copied forward a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the first thing that came to mind. It was kind of an F-150 look. I was talking to somebody downstairs before I came back up to the room, and I'm wondering what the future is going to be like. I know everybody was kind of heading to EV and stuff, but that recent Supreme Court ruling against the EPA or whatever, basically the allowing administrative agencies to basically write and create laws like a legislative branch.
Right.
I'm wondering what's going to happen to a lot of these EPA standards that are out there right now. If a lot of that is open to be pushed back to these regulated rules. I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen going forward, because there might be the comeback. If the EPA is not going to be able to force auto manufacturers to the same degree that they have, are we going to see a resurgence of the V8? Or
well, there's always the California problem with that, and in the automotive world, it seems like California writes the rules for the rest of us, and which California, I want to say, what was it, by 2030 they don't want any gas powered vehicles. By then they want them banned. I know there was a couple years ago they actually banned small diesels or something like that. There was they didn't want you to be able to rebuild your engine. There's a couple weird rules that California went by, and then they sort of push everybody else around.
So California can suck it.
Well, of course,
is what the rest of the country needs to tell them. And honestly, they're a different breed of people. There's normal people there, but there's a lot of weirdos, and let them drive the EVs. And I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, the current administration's been real pushy. They've been really, we're going to force you to into that. And I will say this, I didn't vote for either people. I'm pretty libertarian. I don't hide that. And I like chaos, honestly. But I will say sometimes maybe you do need your federal government every once in a while to push the industry to maybe let's start looking at better tech. I think the Obama administration did push us a little bit to start taking EV more seriously, and Trump didn't do anything to slow that down. He kind of kept what was going on. In the current administration, of course, they're all over the map. That I don't know who's leading the charge there, but they said it. There was something I read today that in the primaries, Biden was, hey, we're shutting the pipelines down. We're shutting everything down. And so I don't know where that leaves the big V8s anymore for the full-size trucks. But like you were saying, there's been a lot of weird changes going on here lately. So, maybe it is a Hail Mary for the gasoline engine for a while. But back to the Titan. The Titan is, somebody said in the chat, they thought it was there it is. Where was it? Where'd it go? Austin. The real McCoy said he thought the Titan was a beautiful truck. I don't think it's ugly. I just think that after owning one, especially the first version of this, I hated the headlights. What sold me on owning a Titan was the interior. You sit in it. It was so nice. Let's see. I actually have it right here. This is my window sticker for my 2017 Nissan Titan Pro 4X 4-wheel drive, 5.6 liter endurance V8, which was 390 horsepower at the time. My MSRP on this truck was $51,790 for that vehicle, and comparatively, if I was looking at what Ford and everybody was offering at the time, Nissan generally offered around 8,000 to 10,000 off of that, so you could get a lot of truck pretty cheap. Now it hurts when they start discounting the new vehicles like that, it really does hurt the used side of things, where the big three really make up. They don't have to discount as heavily, and when used prices come, you didn't lose the value of your vehicle. I do think that Nissan built a quality vehicle. There's been very few problems with this vehicle. The Gen 2s, I can't think of many problems at all they've had with this. It's still built on what they call the F series platform, or not F series. The somebody in the comments, so it's F something, or Alpha F or something like that platform. It's what their Frontiers are built on. It's what the old Pathfinders were built on, and the Xteras were built on. Solid frame on that vehicle. I just think people for this truck needed to give it a little bit of a chance. And I think Nissan didn't hit the towing capacity 11,000, which they bumped it up just slightly because it was right at like 10.5, 10.9, maybe somewhere in there. But the horsepower, this is where the Japanese freak out, and they're like, oh, it's got to be all about the horsepower. That's what American buyers want. But really, it's more about torque and towing capacity, I think, what the American buyers like. But good vehicle. Like I said, starts at $38,000. Which, if you look at a Ford F Series that starts at $30,000, you're like, damn, that's way expensive. But you only get one motor option, V8. And I think the V8's worth it to me. So, but Tim, you're not a fan of this truck? Don't like the way it looks?
Oh, I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
I'd have to drive it.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Maybe do a loaner. Maybe do a video on it.
Nissan North America, Tim's willing to play ball.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Yeah, and
I can say good things about anything. Or
I'm curious if Nissan would give me one right now, because I just got the Frontier, but they commented on my Instagram when I was talking about the truck being dead, and they have this PR spill, it's in our future. We're planning in the future for the truck. It's going to be it's an important part of our lineup. And what else they said? Oh, the Frontier has helped with Titan sales. So I find it funny. But let's get to some comments. I'm curious where you guys are at with all of this. Bring them. Let me know what you got going on. Let's see what the poll's doing right now. So currently, best full-size truck, Ford F-150 by a landslide, 69%. Nice.
That's conditioning right there, buddy.
That's right.
Everybody knows.
Toyota Tundra is at 11%. Ram 1500 is at 11%. And a head scratcher, Chevy Silverado is at 8%, man. So there's a heavy duty F Series fan base here. I love it. But remember, there's only 36 votes, and we've had up to 40 people in stream tonight. So if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Bronco 78 said, could they be planning on bringing a Titan back as an EV in the future? Well, Bronco 78, you know how I talk about $1 billion in name value and recognition? The Titan, I would say, is we're going to say it's $700 million worth of brand, because they've never really did that nameplate justice. So, but no, as an EV, I can't see Nissan hasn't really, they're just getting into the EVs with the Aria. They've got a SUV due out this fall. They have the Nissan Leaf, but they've not really seen a big interest in pushing the trucks platform down that path yet. And I would think the Frontier would get it before the Titan. Let's see what else we got. Jason Boyd, Nissan Frontier looks way better than the Titan, which is kind of strange because the Frontier, other than the headlights being a little bit different, is more of a mini Titan. And I fought that forever, that they were going to do that. And I went round and around with a YouTuber about that one time, and it looks like he won that battle. Let's see. The new Nissan Oral. I love our audience. Let's see what else we got going on there. What have they been talking about in here? Cherokee Titan. There's a classic name, Cherokee Titan. The second video that I put on this channel was her show Titan. Very, very nice truck. But she comes from, if I remember right, there's her late awesome husband. I want to say he had a nice Dodge or a Ram that was kind of their workhorse, and she had the big Titan, which I'll throw a link to that video up. We'll reshare that, because I covered that in 2020. I did a review on her vehicle. Very nice, man. Very sad about your husband, Cherokee. He is definitely missed. Let's see. Al G says, I got a Titan Platinum Reserve a month ago, and I love the thing. Drives great. Ford got the XLT priced the same as my Platinum Rough Country Lift, and I'm set. He's going to add a Rough Country Lift new set. No, man, I'm telling you, Nissan, there's a lot of value in that truck. It's just for whatever reason, people didn't give it a chance. Nissan thought they would bring the Cummins 5-liter that nobody wanted, diesel, V8 diesel, and they put it in that truck, hoping that brand recognition with that diesel would help spark interest in the truck, and I think it did for about a year and a half, and then people moved on to other things. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So her late husband had a Dodge 3500 mega cab, which those mega cabs, man. Tim, have you ever seen the mega cabs on these full size trucks?
I have not.
Dude, it's like it's the craziest thing. Let me see if I can't find a picture to share, because these things are nuts.
Although I did see I think it was an F550. 650. Oh, it was huge. It was ginormous. It was almost like a semi cab on the front.
Yeah.
Truck rolling down the interstate today.
So here is, I don't know where it's going to take us. Where did it go? There is a mega cab. As you can see, it's about a foot more of cab on that truck.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, you talk about roomy, man. Very roomy truck. No key one. I do not want to have you on being able to track me. Very cool trucks though. They're very, you notice them when you'll notice them now. If you see one going down the road, you'll see this big extended cab of that thing. It's nuts. Algie, once again for $2, and thank you for that $5 super chat. First time truck buyer, so he had open ears, and that's what Nissan and Toyota both need, is first time full size truck buyers that are willing to go, hey, I'm not brand loyal. I think that's something. I do not know your age, but I think that's something with the millennials that some of these manufacturers are fighting now. They're not as brand loyal as some of the other generations have been in the past. So that's I'm glad to hear that you went with the Titan. They do drive great. I will never complain about the way the thing drove. And I got 20s. I took it to Detroit on a long-term drive, in 20s, I want to say, is what I was averaging, which is pretty incredible for a V8 full-size truck. 37. Algie is 37. Let's see. YouTube Car Spotters guy says, I see Nissan Navaras all over SoCal and San Diego with Baja plates. I think they are diesel. A little different. Yes, the Navara is a little different than the Frontier. The Navara, you'll see them very popular in Australia and South America.
Yeah, I was going to say, he said Baja plates, so I'm assuming Baja, California, which is Mexico.
Yeah. Let's see. Cherokee says, for fun, the reason the beds were short on the early mega cabs like our 06 is because they couldn't make the turn out of the factory with a full-size bed. I don't doubt that at all. I do not doubt that at all, man, because it was a boat. Definitely was a boat.
Now, isn't Ford having a similar problem with the Raptor Bronco?
The Bronco Raptors, yes, they're
having to
putting smaller tires on it and without the fenders, if I remember right.
Get out the door.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a well thought out, because they retooled that factory for the Bronco. You knew the Raptor was coming. Doesn't seem well thought out.
So they got some pop-up tents out there. Some guys that are just slapping the stuff on as it gets outside. They getting the NASCAR pit crew under there to get the all four tires up. Roll the other ones back around to the other side of the assembly line so they could get them on a car going.
It is curious how they're doing that, because the Matt plant had a separate plant where they put all the running boards and stuff like that on it. I'm assuming that's where they're putting the larger 37-inch tires, maybe. But yeah, I don't know on that. Let's see what else we got going on in the comments. Mobile got his factory photo today of his Bronco. Congratulations, sir. And once again, congratulations on getting your Bronco finally. And speaking of that, Tim, if you would entertain our guest just a second.
Oh my God.
I know, it's exciting, isn't it?
Put me on the spot.
Let's see.
Almost like I'm a semi-professional YouTuber.
I know. Well, here is the link to our Discord, and it's at the top, but I want to put it up here again. Been a lot of interest in that this week, so I want to share that out. The Discord server is the All Terrain Nation Discord server is anything, talk about vehicle wise, anything you want to, man. There's a text section if you have questions that way. Any brand, we seem to have a lot of Bronco people in there, but any brand, I'd like to see the Discord server grow, man, and be its own little community. So, and Tim, you're over there, right?
I am, and apparently I didn't know it, but I guess I'm a moderator now too. Which, wow,
I know
that's a lot of power. It's a lot
hey, a lot of power, great responsibility.
I was getting ready to say that. So I see Terrence Mooney's saying that his first truck was a Ranger, and actually my first truck was a Ranger too. I bought it in between schools when I was in the Navy, and so it was a 1990 Ranger.
Yeah,
and bought it at and you ready for this? Larry Bird.
Larry Bird Ford, huh?
Larry Bird Ford, and the salesman that sold me that is the same salesman that sold me my Bronco.
No way. Did you know that? Did you purposely?
No, I did not, but I didn't realize it was the same guy. But when I got to talking to him, I realized that honestly, with the Bronco, I did all my interactions with the sales manager, and it wasn't until the day I went to pick it up that a salesman got involved to do the paperwork and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the same guy.
Nice. Member John Burnett said his first truck was a 1981 Ford F-150 Explorer / Ranger. My first pickup truck, let's see, was a 1989 Ford F-250 with the little 302 small block V8 in that thing. Dual tanks. One tank never worked right. I think Ford did have an issue with the dual tanks where you would flip the switch and it would switch over to the other one. Something about the pump never worked right. And I love that truck, though it would vapor lock like crazy. It'd get hot and vapor lock.
So I was just thinking, John Burnett came up again with the Discord. I will throw a little bit of Everglades porn up there.
What?
Well, there's an Everglades just, I don't know.
1,000
yards away from me. So I'll throw a little Everglades.
I would love
in the Discord.
Can you do us a video on the tailgate if they have that in there? I would love to have about a 5-minute on that Everglades and talk about that tailgate a little bit. Richard says, I love my 2022 Frontier. Well worth the wait. Frontier, I enjoyed the time in the truck. We had it for a week, a press loan for a week. The fuel mileage video I dropped it this past week was incredible. That I got 26.3. And now I've had a couple of people go, well, did you use the trip calculator in the truck? Yes, I did. I don't care if it's a mile per gallon difference or whatever. Like it's close enough that even if it was 25.3 in a little truck like that, it's pretty incredible. So,
it's funny when I did the gas mileage video, Clarence jumped in there and started banging away on the comments.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see you fill up between your first and your second run. And so I know it's not a whole lot. And actually, like I calculated what the weight of a gallon of gas was. And, and like the 3.5 or whatever, how many ever gallons of gas I used to make that loop. And I'm like, oh, okay. No, it's not worth the headache, buddy.
Yeah. No, usually on my 40-mile loop, I usually end up putting about 1.5 gallons somewhere in there. I forget, somewhere around that. It seems like almost every vehicle is about the same.
About a 12-pound difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Cooper says his first truck was a 1994 Ford Ranger. Good vehicle, man. Ford just never updated that vehicle. The old mid 80s was the same underpinnings as what you got in that 94. It seemed like they did monkey with that weird. I forget if Mobile's in here, he'll know it, but that weird scissor like suspension in the front, they monkeyed with that a little bit, and then I think they ended up going to independent suspension in those. But great truck. I had a company vehicle, was a 91 Ranger that I beat the snot out of that truck, and it just kept taking more.
And actually the next generation of the Ranger, I think it was the next one right behind that, was a much better truck. It was a lot different truck. They made some changes and tall guys such as myself.
Twin traction beam suspension is what they called that, according to Mobile. When they killed it off in 11, it literally was the same underpinning as pretty much from the 80s, if I remember right. Yeah, they modernized the engine just slightly and give it a little bit better radios. But it was just a little work truck, man, just a little beast. And it was a sad day when it was amazing to me, the mid-size trucks, how they during the market crash and all that, how all the mid-size trucks sort of got killed off. The Colorado died. The Ranger died. There was talks that Nissan was going to kill the Frontier at one point.
Wasn't that when the big kind of the big push for the crossover vehicle came into play, where we can get the sportier, not so much minivan, but we get the benefits of having like the truck or the van, but still get the gas mileage of the car. And
well, the soccer moms kind of, they weren't ready for a mid-sized truck, but they were willing to take on more of that CUV, a little bit more rugged, but not the minivan. Yeah, they definitely did that. But no, at the time it was, I know for Ford, they were like, the Ranger's not adding any, it's not adding any real sales numbers compared to what we're doing with F-150. So why keep it around? Of course, they didn't, like I said, they didn't improve that vehicle for 25 years. So there was a reason that they should have looked at themselves and how they treated that vehicle. But now we've got the next generation Ranger that is currently out there, which I think is a good looking vehicle, though it's old. What sucks is it was old when we got it. They did modernize it a little bit for the American market versus what the Australian market was getting. But we'd seen that vehicle for a long time. So I'm very excited that the next generation Ranger, because from what I'm seeing, I'll pull this up so we can all play along. But from what I'm seeing of the Australian media kits and stuff that I've been reading up on the new Ranger lineup, the interiors are really, really nice. Very, very nice. And I had somebody today actually was asking about this. And let me do my magic here. Was asking me about, do I think that the next Ranger, about the trimmer package, what is it going to be like? And this is the Ford Wild Track, the Ranger Wild Track. And I think this is very similar to what you're going to see as the trimmer. So if you were interested in kind of what that was going to look like,
are they going to come out with the Rattler for the Ranger?
I hope not. That's a horrible effing name, man. That's just stupid. I can't.
What in the F-150 were you thinking with the Rattler?
I think Rattler. I think a car. You've got the Cobra, classic, iconic with the Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think of that in the same way as with the truck line. Of course, we had the same debate last night with the Warthog versus Raptor. That's a whole nother thing we can get into. But let's see. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Ford, because I wasn't on the stream last night, but I think Ford could actually come out with another version, how the Raptors, like the souped up Wild Track, mm-hmm. Desert Runner, mm-hmm. They need to come up with a super souped up Badlands Plus and call that the Warthog. I don't think a Warthog is a speed truck. I think of that as a Warthog.
I think it's a destroyer of trails, Tim, is what I think of the Warthog, man. What is the AC-10? Right. Is that what it's called? The actual plane?
The A-10, yeah.
The A-10?
A-10 Thunderbolt is the Warthog.
Yeah, which is what I think of it. You just mow over any trail. Nothing stands in your way.
You need to put a 30-millimeter cannon on the front of that thing.
Well,
I could have used that on some Northern Illinois traffic today.
But here's pictures of the next Ranger. As you can see, the little work truck version all the way down. I think it's looks good.
And this is the one that's going to share the common platform with the Bronco?
Yes. Okay. This is the next generation. Australia is getting it already. Trying to see if they had any more photos here. Photo gallery. But look, it does truck things. You can tell because they have pictures of it doing the classic that we're going to do truck things. So if you have some clamps, a vice clamp and a coffee mug and a toolbox that you can throw in the back of it, look, you can do truck things.
So interesting question.
Sure.
Do you think Ford will come out with a EV version of the Ranger?
I do think
lightning style of version of the Ranger.
I think they'll do like a power boost version. I really do think that they will do something like that, where it's a mild hybrid. But I think what we're going to see, I think with the 23s, we might see that with the Bronco And if they're sharing the same platform, it only makes sense to see it with the Ranger coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I personally, you mentioned the TFL and the 90 miles on their towing thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess if I wasn't wanting to go very far from home, contractor, that kind of thing, 90 miles probably isn't that big of a deal. Although I will say this, prior to me working from home at the beginning of the lockdowns, I used to drive 100 miles round trip every day.
Right.
So if I had to haul a trailer from my house to somewhere like in the north side of Indianapolis for a contracting job, I may not make that 90-mile round trip.
Right.
If I was hauling an equipment trailer. So, maybe that would narrow that down. But I mean, if it's just the vehicle getting from point A to point B, maybe that's not a bad thing after all.
No, I'm with you on that. Let's see. I want to open this up because I've talked about this many times. That's a damn zip file. The Raptor, the Ranger Raptor this is my next long-term tester. I'm probably gonna I have a reservation for the EV Silverado, but GM is not giving any information out there. I do not have a lot of confidence in what they're doing with that. And the way they're allowing their dealerships to risk ream people with their Hummers, I'm a little nervous what they're going to do with their Silverados. So I think this is the next long-term tester here on the channel.
Have you cleared that with a CFO?
As long as I don't put a big exhaust on it, I think she's okay with that.
Oh, is that that's the only thing? Hey, do whatever you want as long as you don't put that exhaust system on it, right?
Yeah, no, it was, and I've explained to her many times that the Bronco out there is, there's a lot of product testing that will get put on that because that's part of what we do. And she's not real happy with the exhaust right now. I think it sounds just like the Raptor now. And it sounds good. I could see for her, she liked the quieter version of it, and we'll end up probably trying out maybe a little bit milder exhaust. Maybe there's a middle sweet spot that me and her can agree on. But I do like that with the Raptors, the Ranger Raptors, they do have the active exhaust, so you can quiet it down if you need to and all that. And I know somebody's working on that with the Bronco as well.
Yeah, I think Peugeot said he's got to get an AW exhaust for his Mustang Mach-E.
Yeah, just hang it down there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, in the comments below, guys, where it would be if you were buying a full-size truck right now? Where are you at, man? What's on your list as we take a look at this poll, see what the poll numbers are like. Still, the poll is still crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and end this because it's a landslide. Let's see. Where are we at? F-150 by 65%, Ram 1500 12%, Toyota Tundra 12%, and Chevy Silverado 8%. Those numbers are strange to me because Chevy is basically the number 2 in the full-size trucks, but yet I see this a lot. People, I guess, keep buying them and just aren't excited about buying them or what, but they're the bottom feeder, man.
Is that brand loyalty?
Yeah. But you can be brand loyal to a fault, man. Like I'm not really, I've said it on here and I talked about tonight. I was pretty brand loyal with Nissan for a long time, but I anymore I don't care, man. I mean, I love our Bronco, but it's not the end all be all for me. At some point I'll probably have a Wrangler in the driveway and something else. So I've had Wranglers before, so let's see. The Rebel. Brent says the Rebel. The Rebel. I did a build and price on the Rebel, and that was a lot of value for a fun truck. It's not the full TRX, but it's still a sporty looking truck. A lot of fun. Let's see. What does Peugeot say? Dave, put the Flowmaster high clearance axle back exhaust on the Bronco, and she'll get in line. I was looking at the Flowmaster. I'd been in talks with AWE for probably 6 months about this exhaust. So You know, I paid for this exhaust, by the way. It wasn't something they gave to us to test. They just gave me a hell of a discount on it. But I like it. The quality of their stuff is great. It's just really nice, real easy to install too.
So
Uh,
let's
Go ahead.
address the monkey in the room then on that exhaust. You melted your bumper, I heard.
A little bit. I have. Let me see. Can I pull the
Is that
picture up? I'll pull
is
the.
that
Let me send the picture and I'll stream it over here because it's a little melted.
was that design or implementation?
That is a good question. I want to say a little of both because there's obviously it's built to hang on the way that it hits the hanger. I think I can turn it slightly, but I don't know if it was enough to make a difference. Let me find this real quick, and I will send this over.
So when I was putting those, I got rear lights that sit underneath my bumper, and I was trying to get the wiring in there and working and trying to find pathways to get around the muffler and get it above the heat shielding so I don't melt the jacket on the wiring harness.
Right.
So I can imagine there's quite a bit of heat. And obviously, if it was enough to melt your bumper, I mean,
well, some of it is, dude. I was having so much fun listening to that engine rip. That it's a turbo engine, man. It's cranking the heat out through the exhaust, and of course, this is basically the cats. They have a small baffle, and then it's almost a straight pipe out. So you're getting a lot of pure heat just straight coming out of that thing.
You know, I'm gonna say I saw in a video if you had a blowout valve or blow off valve.
Shut the hell up with that. That's the dumbest thing to me. And if you guys like that, I don't mean to insult you, but I find blow off valves on an off road vehicle just one of the dumber things I could hear on a truck. Just not for me. We'll say that. I won't say it's once again the audience likes it. More power to you, but just not for me. Let's see here. Find this and pull this up.
Well, I was gonna say with that new lifestyle off-road bumper, that's gonna be all metal, so may not be such an issue.
True, may not be. Let's. I almost got this thing up here, guys. Hang with me.
That's right. Open blow-off valve. One more spot for water to get into the system.
Yeah, there you go. You can see the plastic melted, and this is their off-road part of their bumper. They do an extended version with that big 5-inch tip, which I do not like at all.
Just the tip.
Just a tip. And I think I can turn this down slightly and fix this problem. But I did this the night before we went to Cars and Coffee last Friday, and revved it a little bit and was like, all right, I've got to move on to whatever family project we were working on right after this.
Oh, so yeah, Dave. See, I see the problem right there. You got the pipe in wrong. Back there a little bit where the clamp is. If you just twist that whole thing.
Yeah, no, I know. I can twist it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not going to matter, Tim. She's never going to be happy with it anyways, and so.
Dude, sometimes you just have to put your foot down.
But you can see that where it was blowing heat, and what it is, there's just a little bit of plastic that covers the actual metal bumper, and heat was getting in between that and just.
So, yeah, it isn't necessarily heat off of the pipe itself. It's heat from the exhaust coming out.
Yes, and there you can see how it's melted the bumper.
Oh, hey, speaking of, I just saw the Tennessee license plate. Made me think. There was a guy had a Tennessee plate on his car. I was trying to catch up with him to take a picture of it. It was BBQ 8008 or B00B, one of the two.
Yeah.
Barbecue boob.
Nice, man.
I figured he had to know you.
Oh well, yeah, I'm clearly.
Yeah.
Well, in Peugeot, so the idea of this I'll put this back up here. So that what I liked about this, I do not like their tip. They have an extended pipe. This is their off-road section that you can switch out when you want to hit the trails, which is kind of a goofy sales pitch. But I do like, you can see this thing is reinforced around the piping. It's tucked up, so any kind of rock crawling I do, I'm not, if I bash this ring, you're not going to tear it up. I like that a lot. But no, I know it needed to be turned down a little bit. But once again, there's a new bumper this Christmas. It gets a new bumper, and all is well at the Boyd house again. She'll be happy, and I'll lose my Bronco once again. But for now, I can call it my Bronco. Let's see. New custom bumper.
Your Bronco.
Where are we at? So Jason Boyd says, I'm getting in the shower. Wait, what?
Huh?
I'm getting
What?
told to get a shower and in bed 27 years later. Oh, okay. So have a good one, Jason.
Yep.
Oh man. No, I am interested in Peugeot. I am interested in the Flowmaster for sure. I think it was a lot cheaper too. Let's see. Well, let me pull that up real quick. Let's take a look at Peugeot's bumper he's bragging about. So let's see here. Tim, your trip, everything go well though?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Get any cheese? Because Wisconsin, I'm here, is known for cheese.
Man, the first gas station I stopped, they had a whole big giant reach-in cooler full of cheese. It is definitely a thing up here.
Yeah.
Big signs that say cheese.
I bet. I bet.
Big billboards with the words cheese on them. And that's it. 6-foot letters that say cheese.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. I've seen this one. Yeah, I thought about this in Peugeot. I really did. Real truck. Real. You know they're real because they're real trucks. Let's see. Let's add this. So this is, no, I don't care about your sweet deals.
9:30 already?
It is 9:23, Tim. So it's 10:23 normally your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was a lot cheaper than what I paid for it. And but there was no baffle, if I remember right. You had the muffler. You would have went. So this is almost straight piped out. But no, I'll definitely try this.
Yeah, 36.
Looks pretty simple. Not bad. What were you saying, Tim?
Oh, nothing. Just remember, everything is content.
Everything is content. YouTube Car Spotters Guide. Thank you for that 543. That you guys know I like those weird super chats. And speaking of weird, where's been Cigar Texan? We haven't seen him in a while. He must be out there enjoying his new boat he got.
I saw that.
Yep.
I saw that, and I am disappointed that he hasn't invited either one of us to.
I don't think we're close.
On a boat.
I don't think we're close enough for the invite for the boat.
We went technically camping together.
Oh, okay.
Now, we did this, and we.
Well, technically, we all slept in the back of my Bronco at one time too. Technically,
there was that, and it was a little tight.
It was.
Yeah. And we definitely saw the liquid side of Cigar Texan that night.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But YouTube Car Spotters Guide says, thanks, Dave, for all the good content and friends here, Mike. And thanks for emailing me from time to time with some fun topics. I do appreciate those. If you guys ever want to get a hold of me, allterrainnationmedia@gmail.com. You can do that. Go to our website, allterrainnation.com. We have some shirts, stuff like that, if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. We also have a membership on here. This is $5 a month. Believe it or not, that $5 a month makes a difference when you guys do that. So I especially say thank you to all the current members, and thank you for the support. And that's the last sales pitch I'm going to do. I do agree, man. For that price, how can you go wrong with that? That is and it was on my list, but once again, I thought it might be a little too loud, and I thought this might be a little quieter than going straight pipe, basically. And well, either way, I think if I put the factory exhaust back on and she didn't know it, she'd still be pissed off somehow that I did not. Something was wrong.
I can't tell you what's wrong, but I know something's wrong, and it's your fault.
Yes, it's
Is that
always the
how it
man's
goes?
fault. When you're married, it's always your fault. Impisho says, I will take you guys out on my boat. I live near Cigar, Texan, and we may be able to get close enough to sink his boat.
Oh.
That sounds like a pirate challenge, and I'm all about pirate challenges.
Mm-hmm.
What am I? Tim, do you watch Family Guy at all?
No.
No.
Bits and pieces, but
There was I don't remember what the episode was about, but he was in talking pirate, and because he had got a parrot somehow, and there was a whole pirate thing with him versus this English guy. It's hilarious. I suggest you Google that sometime.
I will do that.
Impisho says, you sunk my battleship. Yes, it's true. R. Oh, man. But back to truck talk. I think for me, the TRX is the cat's meow right now. If I had $100,000 to throw in a pickup truck that I could not do pickup truck things with, that's where I would go. Tim, clearly you're not, you're on a YouTube channel with me that you want nothing to do with trucks. So, which is a big target audience of mine.
I just don't want a truck that's got a bed big enough that I'm going to be obligated to haul somebody's crap around. And now that my oldest son is out on his own and in an apartment, I'm assuming at some point, if I had a truck, he'd be like, hey, Dad, come haul my crap.
What if you have a trailer?
I do not. And fortunately, the Bronco doesn't have enough towing power to haul anything major.
A couple couches. I'm telling you, if you had a trailer, you could haul a couple couches, man.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
What's up, Kevin Knight? Good night, sir. Thank you for being a part of the show and being a member.
See, Inviso says if I had a truck, I would have friends, but those would be those same friends that would want me to haul their shit. Yep. And I don't want to do that. I don't.
See, that's the great part about the Gladiator. Nobody really thinks it's a truck, so they don't ask you to do truck things.
There you go. Well, I will tell you that the full back roof soft top on it looks stupid. Looks like a man bun up on the top. Yes, I said that.
Wow. Well, there went up my Gladiator audience, man. You're really killing my audience tonight. I don't know that Overlanding for Fun can be back on the show. And if you do not agree with Tim's views, go over to Overlanding for Fun, smash the subscribe button, tease him, and then unsubscribe. Then subscribe again, and just keep screwing with Tim on his channel. But go support Tim. Tim's a good dude, man.
Just get me up there so I can get that platinum plaque or silver plaque or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just so I can go back and tell my high school counselor that I did.
I got a silver plaque. Alphabet gave me a plaque.
That's right.
But are you, Impisho, is it fun though? Are you actually overlanding for fun? Are you overlanding this weekend?
In a hotel, absolutely.
Nice, man. People don't take
outdoorsy, woodsy pictures up here.
People don't take overlanding in hotels really serious, man. I think it's a big part of that.
So, I'm obviously I'm looking for an overlanding trailer.
Yeah.
The problem is they are expensive. It's an investment like a boat or other things like that probably won't get used a whole lot and will cost a lot of money. But I have a hard time. There's some things I can live with buying sight unseen, like a $60,000 SUV that I know somebody would be interested in if I didn't like it. So I really want to put my hands on it. So, the Overland Expo East is coming up down in Arlington, Virginia, I think in October. So my hope is to take Emily down there and at least, try them out, check them out, kick the tires, see what we're getting. Yeah, YouTube videos are great, but it's kind of hard to judge another big purchase like that.
Yeah,
and it is a smaller market of people that are interested. So
that's a unique market for sure, and it's an expensive one. So Jared Colin, how do you feel about Line-X Ultra versus PPF? PPF I like because you can peel it off. I just did a thing because I don't follow Line-X stuff much. I did Bedline a Xterra one time, but I don't know, man. It just looks like it's normal bedliner, really. It's repairable at minimum weight. I'm a PPF guy, man, for new vehicles. If you've got an old beater you want a Line-X, more power to you, man. I think it's definitely for off-road toys. if you were going to keep, say you have a whatever vehicle and you're wanting to keep it forever, Line-X the piss out of it, drive it into whatever, you're never going to scratch it, and very dependable coating. But a PPF new vehicle all day long, man. It's expensive though.
Yeah, I'm still reeling from the quote I got.
John Burnett says they are going to that event as well. I would like to. I've been trying to. That event's been going on for about 7 years, I think. I've been trying to get over to that, but it used to. So I had my Nissan off-road event I put on at the end of September. It always seemed to interfere with what I had going on. So that's why I've never been able to get over there.
Although I will say, I was looking at the thing yesterday. They've got a military discount for their, well, you got to pay it for admission, which I think is maybe a little too much. But
how much is their admission normally?
It's like $70 for a weekend pass. Now I don't know what that gets you. I don't know if that gets you like clinics and stuff. Maybe that's
lube. Maybe does it come with a bottle of lube or?
I don't know. Hopefully, if you're using Line-X. But but definitely just getting the access to put my hands on some of these things. But I was gonna say they do have military discount. It's like 20% off. But then they've got this form that you got to fill out all this information on, which I understand what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of personal information. And I'm like, man, I'm going to reach out to somebody and suggest that they look to partner with one of these organizations that, like ID Me, that has access to DoD records to validate people for discounts.
Yeah. So is it they want a lot of information just for the military discount, or is it just
yeah? They're wanting like your last duty station, your command, your rank, all kinds of stuff that I just I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable putting that stuff out in the open, because that's how I'm going to say it. Stolen valor assholes. Get information to start, fudging stories.
Yeah. Mobile says he's going to wait 90 days to apply some PPF. I've argued with people about that. Yes, the paint is dry when it comes out of the plant, but I've always heard that it does release some chemical, and you should wait. But I've been called basically an idiot for saying that in the past. And so
yeah, I've YouTube Robbie Layton Nation. He's got an auto body paint, and he talks about flash times and stuff like that in between coats and everything. But I tell you what, I changed the Kia emblem on my Stinger when I first got it, and it lifted the paint up as because I heated it up and I took the fishing line and ran it under there to separate it, and it actually lifted the paint up off the where the original Kia oval was. And I had to take and get that replaced or repaired, get it repainted.
Hey, speaking of some Bronco things, so sorry, I'm easily distracted here. Bronco Nation, have you guys been watching any of their live streams they've been doing? They're trying to get back into the live stream game. I don't know if they've seen enough of the little YouTube channels doing Broncos. We do Bronco Talk Live on Mondays, but they seem to want to get back into that. And this strikes me funny that they did a new build, Tim. A new build came out this past week, and they really had to rush to get it done. And I think there's enough of this color Broncos out there now, but what you call a build anymore is quite funny to me. So you can see it in the background there. And there's the three manly men, David and I don't know, Jordan there in the middle, and I don't know the guy on the end. But I'd never seen these guys actually do anything off-road. Have you?
No.
Yeah, I've seen Jordan, at some of these events, but I really doing off-road things. But they have the green, the throwback. They were really throwing back this green color Bronco, and they did post on, we're really, we really got this one out in time, and so they painted the rims and they threw a roof rack on it and had it wrapped, and they call this a build now.
Is that like a military green?
Yeah, it's like wrap? It's like, you would buckle up if you saw this.
Buckle up, pucker up.
Well, either way,
Okay.
you would just send it. But I've seen this rig on like a dozen freaking Broncos now, and why they chose
So
like this,
I,
I don't understand by any means. But they did it, and looks like they're
I
awfully proud of it. There.
I tell you what, I'm not knocking these guys because I don't know them and I don't know what their interests are. But I will tell you this: Bronco Nation is owned by a marketing company.
No
That's
way.
that's no different than the marketing company that I just did a huge conference with in downtown Indianapolis, and they're professional marketing people that have been brought in to pump that organization and run all the back end and all that other stuff. And then maybe they're interested in it, but I think in a lot of cases they're probably just trying to give
So
content that people want to see.
you're
That's just
saying that the those microphones, those what are they? Sure, S7B or whatever they call those mics that are roughly $550 a piece.
not about 700, but yeah.
I thought I could get one for in the fives. Anyways,
Alibaba.
but you're saying that just a normal group of people wouldn't have those out in the middle of the woods with two Broncos and Broncos that were supplied to them before anybody else could get. You're saying that's a marketing company? Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't say that it's owned by Ford, but condoned by Ford.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm poking fun at these guys. Obviously, I know David a little bit, and Jordan. Anytime me and Coderman tried to get an interview, he seemed to cut in front of us in SEMA.
Yeah.
But they've been very, very nice to me. I poke fun at them, but I thought it was. Let me finish, Tim.
God dang it, Dave. Okay, go ahead.
But I thought with all the problems getting hard tops on these vehicles, how are they getting another vehicle with a hard top? And it just seems like a slap in the face. And it's not these guys. It's obviously the head of the marketing company is like, hey, we need another vehicle. But I just strikes me funny that they what they call a build, and then it's
yeah, everything is a build nowadays, right?
I guess
you go get a ship box and you try to do something with it, and it's a build.
Yeah.
That just seems to be the buzz term of YouTube or social media, right? It's a build.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build a dresser today, and that's a build, in that realm. But I can't remember the name of the marketing company, but I belong to the Bronco Nation. And so I renewed my membership, and I had this oddball charge come up on my credit card.
Clean shirts.
Yeah, clean shirts. And I had to chase it down because I was like, who the hell is this company in Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that showed up on my credit card, and then I realized, I figured it out who it was.
Yeah, no, I made sure to undo that. I there was no, I did it initially just to throw some support, and they don't need my money. But they've got two Broncos, and they're actually building the little red Badlands they have now, which I've had my hands on that red one before, and they have. I will say this: there's pinstripes all over it. I don't think David or Jordan's actually put those on there, but they had a little Mitchell that we were talking about earlier. He did a video with those guys where he did some off roading with it. Looked nervous as could be, just scared as could be to be off roading that thing. Like he was scared he'd tear it up and they would bitch at him. But I did strike that. I saw that earlier, and it struck me funny that they were doing it, and they somebody said they're using the Elon Starlink internet. You could see her on the roof of that thing, which is actually kind of cool that they did that.
Yeah. It depends on where they're at. I've been looking at it.
Yeah.
Starlink. It's not my area though.
Yeah.
We have one little cell. Yeah, not cool enough. We have like 3/4 of the state is in the upcoming, but then there was this one little tiny cell like 10 miles from me that had it.
The Google did that with their fiber. It's in the town next to us, and they're not going to give it to us right now. And I'm like, damn it. I want those super speed internets. See, Iconic Bronco, have you checked out? Let me throw this up here. Have you checked out Velox Bronco Gull Wings for the rear windows? I'm liking the setup. Is that the one where they've got the window that pops open that you can get in the back of it? Oh, I'm out of whiskey, Tim. But no, I haven't. I've not checked those out, but I will.
You know, I did see, and I don't think it was Bronco. I think it was maybe Jeep.
Paid best friends.
Huh?
He's talking about the Bronco Nation guys.
Oh,
Bronco Nation. I'm kidding with you. You guys have been very nice to me on your forum. So, especially Laura. Laura's been super, super nice to me.
yeah. You know what? And so you're talking crap about them
I
in your
poke
own
at them.
in your own jovial way.
Of course.
But I'm going to take the blunt of it out here, where somebody's just going to keep walking in front of me while
Are they out there?
Yeah. Oh, they're here.
Oh, so that's why they're using Starlink, huh? Because they're in the hotel and they didn't want to hook up to the Wi-Fi at the hotel.
Let's say I kind of shit my pants when I saw what it was. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, go say hi to David for me.
15 megs down, like 2 up.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god! I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the live stream today with 2 megs up."
Man, we're lucky to have you, though, Tim. We are lucky to have you.
You should feel lucky to have me.
Occasionally I do.
I could be out. I could have been out there drinking with somebody.
Are you? So you're a solo on this trip, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Or fortunately, come on, man, don't sell yourself short. Sometimes Papa Bear needs a little time on his own. Little, just you and the Bronco.
Well, I did get a lot of time with the Bronco today.
Yeah.
No, my wife's really good about sending me away. She likes to have time to herself. So she routinely calls up my friends and schedules play dates for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's even bought concert tickets just to get rid of me. Yeah.
Hey, that's love. That is love.
Yeah.
Iconic says Jordan is getting a Bronco Raptor, as he should. As he should. Rural Wisconsin doesn't have much in the way of connectivity. I definitely would agree with that. There's it all out in that direction. There's not a lot, man. Go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming sometime. Talk about no connection. Let's see. So Tim, what is your plan? Today is Wednesday. What is that?
Yeah.
That event goes on through Saturday, I assume.
Yes. So same rough schedule as the one down in Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
So there were people rolling in today. A lot of trailered in first, second gen Broncos.
Yeah.
Georgia Broncos got a big thing up here, like they did in
how strange
in Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or in Townsend.
Yeah. Why would Georgia Broncos? I mean, other than maybe they were asked, maybe they do part of the event. I don't know.
Yeah. So one thing that's a little different, in Townsend, we had the Townsend Visitor Center in that giant field there to work out of.
Yeah.
This is kind of in an outer parking lot of the resort. So there's kind of a long winding, get my hands up, long winding kind of parking lot area with grass on the outside. And that's kind of what people are backing up to and throwing up their tents. So you've got a paved walking area. And so it's a little bit different.
So are you saying that they have the corral again?
So they do not have a corral this year. And
what?
Not here.
How are you going to keep all those ponies in there, man?
I don't know. And so it's the best I can tell, there's no groups, cliques, or I don't know if the right word. Before you had a kind of a free for all section.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Gen 6s over here. Different generations kind of lumped together. Various Bronco clubs that were lumped together.
Yeah.
And there'll probably be some of that, but there's no like defined areas for, these are for the Gen 1s and these are for the Gen 6s, and here's everything in between.
Well, it's a new event. They'll figure all that out. Michael is asking, the Everglades on the build and price is above all old trims. What does it have extra besides the vent? Are you talking about what does it have besides the snorkel? Comes with, here, I'll pull it up here. The Everglades comes with that whopping 2.3 liter, 300 horsepower 4-cylinder. You do get the winch with the winch capable bumper. You're getting the unique wheels on that with the Sasquatch package. You're getting these square fenders, which are I like a lot. You're getting the billboard on the side of it that says Everglades with the little notches to show your
That
water.
billboard, don't knock the billboard, Dave. I it does look a lot better in person.
No,
Yep.
no.
And it's got room on there for you to measure your Sasquatch.
Yes, you can measure your Sasquatch on it.
Absolutely.
But that's weird.
Now those 35s are 37s. I didn't.
They're 35s. Well, actually, a small 34 or a mid-sized 34. They call 35.
So is it the Goodyear Wrangler?
It is. It is. It's those.
So I like those wheels. If I could steal those wheels with somebody and trade them out, I'd do.
And there is the billboard I'm talking about on the side of it, and it's got these little notches that show water forging, which is it's cool for an advertising thing, but I would peel that off in a heartbeat. I would just do away with that. But you get the roof rack. Really, there's no real options that I know about this thing. Slide out tailgate, which I want from my Bronco.
I think that's the only. Are they making those available yet?
No. My understanding is in next year they might be available for buying. But you get a unique color. You're getting the one radio, I think, a high package radio system. Marine grade vinyl in a unique color. You're getting the green outline for all the handles, which is that's a thing. What else? Pretty much you're getting a Badlands basically, but I don't think it has this. Does it have the sway? I can't remember if it comes with sway disconnect or not.
I think.
Or no, it's a black diamond. I apologize. Yeah. It's like a plussed out black diamond, so you don't get the sway disconnect.
John Burnett's saying it's a 12-inch screen in there, so it's. I think it's the high package with the larger screen in it.
Yeah. A lot of cool things with this. Don't get me wrong. I don't like personally for me, I don't like the graphic on the side. I think if they would have just done a badging, even their silly triangle badging that was just Everglades, I think that would have been cool. But you're getting the winch and stuff, man. If you want that all from the factory, it's the way to go. $55,000 for this thing. My Badlands Sasquatch was $54,000. I've got in my bumper $1,200 and maybe $500 in a winch, so you are coming out a little bit cheaper. Those fenders, being the square fenders, are pretty cool and unique, but after that, it's just I don't know, man. It was kind of a letdown to me. I would have liked to. I definitely would have liked to seen something to make it more unique. You can get there's the steps that you can get where actually those steps were kind of neat. You remember those, Tim?
Oh yeah. I was actually walking around it a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, what color do they have there?
It's the same 3 vehicles that they had. Well, same 4.
Nice.
Oh,
so
there's a Sport, there's a Raptor, there's the Everglades, and then they've got a just regular Bronco with the Bronco off-rodeo badging on it.
Yeah. Let's see. No sway. It says the graphic is coming off. John Burnett says, which is the one he ordered. I said $54,450 is what he's paying. John, where did you end up ordering yours through? Because you're a local person to me. I'm curious what you did that. You do get the unique desert sand paint as that's the really the only extra paint color that you can get with that. No red. There was somebody that we talked to at the Supercell East that, man, they were all upset that you couldn't get it in the race red. Mobile says his Badlands high with the manual was $51,000. But you're getting the Sasquatch package with this too. So can't pull up the interior any more than what we got. Let's see. So there is the interior of the thing, what it's going to look like in the inside. The seats are a light gray. They don't look bad at all. I hate this sounds horrible, but you've sat in one Bronco, you've sat in them all. You know, they don't really. There's nothing unique enough about the interiors of them to justify, other than the color differences of the dash. You know, they all kind of look the same to me.
It's a pretty minimalistic look
Mhm.
across the dash. Although I'd be interested in the lighter marine grade vinyl, and I admit the darker stuff is not bad. I mean, a lot of people,
My seats can get hot from time to time when I go to get in it.
they're warm, but they're not hot. I've had mine out in the direct sun with the roof off, and
Yeah.
haven't had any, you know, wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
It was like having the seat heaters on
Yeah.
full blast.
I got you.
Twice.
Mobile says he got most of the Sasquatch package, except the wheels and tires that he did not want, which I get it. There's, people out there that don't want. I actually like the Sasquatch wheels. I really, till I beat these up, I don't have much intentions to upgrade them right now.
You get you a takeoff set, mall crawl in, and then put your factory ones back on to hit Windrock.
Speaking of that, one last thing. I've got to send this over to my Google Drive. I added, I did a little addition to my my truck today. Did a little modding today, we'll say. Not really, but we'll say I did something cool.
I'm gonna say, let me guess. Some fender flares.
Wow, man! Why don't you just ruin the surprise, Tim?
Did I get it right?
You did. You got it. You did get it right, guy.
Did you put those four wheel parts?
No, those are going to be for sale.
Oh.
But what I did do, so these came off of the JCR Bronco. They sold them to me for $150, man. Super cheap. They're dirty. That's not all scratched up. They're actually just really dirty. But these are non-Sasquatch fenders. And I have CJ Pony Parts 1.5-inch wheel spacers, hub-centric wheel spacers on it. To just give the vehicle, I think it gives it a little extra kind of aggressive look. What do you think of these, Tim? Do you like the setup, or do you like the bigger fenders?
Well, I'm kind of partial to the bigger fenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how far out are the tires? And is that an issue for you in Tennessee?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, Tennessee, man, you could drag your kids down behind the truck and they wouldn't care. As long as you pay your wheel tax here, they're fine.
Say, yeah, as long as you pay your license plate taxes.
Yeah. Right? But no, I mean, definitely, we all know these tires like to throw rocks, so that is a slight concern. And I hope to honestly have those off of the vehicle by this fall as well. So it might be a less concern. I'm still yet to figure out if I'm going KM3s or KM2s or KO3. No, got it right. KM3s, KO2s. So I'm not sure which exactly tire I'll end up going with, but I thought I'd give it a little more aggressive look.
I throw rocks all the time, but I've got the those Z-Roads steps on mine, and I'm not getting any rock chips.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing any problems. I'm
if you don't look, you don't notice, right?
Absolutely. Why do you think I don't wash the side of my truck? I got mud on it now. I was debating whether or not I wanted to wash it. I'm like, you know what? Screw it.
But what are you guys thinking? What do you guys think of the setup here now? I like it. The cool thing about the Bronco is you can constantly change it. It's pretty easy to switch all this stuff back out. For $150 on those fenders, I couldn't beat it because I'd been pricing them. Everybody wanted like $350 for their pull-off fenders, and I was like, not for $350.
So they're pulling those off and putting what, the fender deletes on?
I guess, man. Or they're doing the Fiberworks, whatever fenders maybe. But let's see. I know it burns for a moment. Let's see.
I'm really looking forward to see when the aftermarket coach starts coming up with replaceable fenders.
Say that again. I didn't catch that.
Oh, I was saying that Dave just. I'm really looking forward to when the aftermarket comes out with the swappable fenders, not the fender flares, but the actual fenders where you can change the look and things. I mean, that was one of the big selling points. And
Well, that was that SEMA. They did that October, whatever they called that digital SEMA, man. That little black two door they did. Yeah, it looked great the way they showed the fenders. And I don't know why, Ford teased a lot of options with this thing. I don't know if they were trying to spark aftermarket to kind of fulfill those things they were working on, but yeah, I like that Everglades. I love those square fenders, man. And the Heritage Edition that they've been teasing, I love the square fenders a lot more than I like the round fenders. Not to say I don't dislike the round fenders, but I just think for this truck they should have went a little bit more classic look with that.
So do you, if you had the option to swap out all 4 fenders panels to get that squared off look, would you do it?
Yes, in a heartbeat. I would do those the fiberglass fenders in a heartbeat, but the problem is, well, paint. I don't want to pay what it would cost to get them to match the paint. But there, you got to massage those fiberglass fenders, man. They don't just bolt on, and you just, it's not as easy as people think it is. And so that's what would hold me up. But I think they look great. I really do.
Do they have problems with wrapping the fiberglass, or?
Well, no. Once you paint it, it'd be fine. I guess you could go pre-wrap it if you were changing the color of your vehicle. Yeah, I guess you could wrap it and not have to worry about paint on them. But do you guys like this or not? I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. Once again, it's not like I'm getting rid of the other fenders. I can pop those back on anytime I want. If I was going on a long road trip, I would probably pop those other ones back on. But like I said, I like it. It makes it look a little stretched out a little more without actually doing much to it, and I'm good.
Yeah, I'm speaking of the bigger stance. I was thinking about going over to Bronkbuster and using my All Terrain Nation discount code.
Yes,
and maybe getting some of those wheel spacers.
I would go CJ Pony Parts, man. And I like helping people in the community, but he's expensive on those. Let me pull it up real quick.
Hell, I might have him put them on while they're here.
Well, I'm sure he definitely would probably do that.
Yeah. And I would feel a little safer than jacking up on a paved parking lot than I would out in the grass field.
Oh man, let's see. Where would I find that?
Did I say that out loud?
Try wheels and tires. I'm trying to find the price on these wheel spacers because I want to say he's like $450 for his, which is
all the way around, or just?
Yeah, it would probably be all 4.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do they come with lug nuts?
Mine did.
Do I get one for the spare tire too?
So I have $248 in mine. Pop that up there. You can see this is what I bought. It came with these blacked out lug nuts, which I did use. I kind of like the look of them. And they're hub centric, 1.5 inches, and that's what I'm running. So that's between that and the factory wheels and just those non-Sasquatch fenders. That's what give it that look. So there you go, Tim. All right, man. Time for final questions. Go ahead.
I think I'd probably want a 6 or 8 inch spacer. I really want to get those tires out there.
Yeah, man. Screw fuel mileage.
Yeah. At $90 a fill up, what the hell's a couple extra miles?
Let's see. Mobile says looks a little bit off, like bumpers. Maybe. It may, it may not grow to me, and it may, I may just be like, yeah, it looks great. Let's see. I'll pull this up real quick again. The way they designed the lifestyle bumper, though, it was with this body line right here, the way it flows. This picture may not represent that very well, but I mean, the other ones came out even further, so there we go. All right. No, 250 is not bad for wheel space, especially they're hub centric, like I said, which do not put anything but hub centric wheel spacers on your vehicle, man. Don't go to AutoZone.
What's the difference?
So you can get some just spacers that will bolt over the the bolt pattern and will stretch the vehicle out some. But hub centric for balance, it just they pop right over the current hub. There's a little lip there. You've seen it when you put your tire on. There's that little bit of lip around the axle.
Yeah.
There, where you feel the wheel pop on it. It just pops over that, so it just fits exactly perfect. So there's no worried about anything being out of balance.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, all right, guys, I got time for a couple more questions, and I haven't seen my family tonight, so I cooked dinner tonight that I didn't get to eat, and so that and 5:30 a.m. comes quickly to me. Tim, you're on vacation mode though, so you should you going to sleep in tomorrow?
I don't know. Probably. Yeah. I mean, I just I feel like it'll get hot.
Yeah.
It'll get hopping probably on Friday, Saturday, like it did down in Tennessee.
Well, hopefully you meet some new friends, get some good interviews. Maybe you'll throw something our way. Like I said, I'm interested in that metal tailgate a lot. So if there's any of those Ford Ford ladies there, I'm sure they're all up on the latest tech of that.
Oh, absolutely. I will say it's the same. I don't want to use the word cast of characters, but I think it's a lot of the same vendors.
Yeah.
That we saw down in Tennessee. So I'm not. I don't think I don't know if anybody's going to be announcing new parts here, but we'll see.
Well,
if they're going to do it, I'll be there to bring it.
Hey, man,
I'll send it.
You will just well, you do that.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, that was the show. That is 2 hours and 2 minutes that we've done talking about. I appreciate everybody talking full size trucks with me tonight, man. We'll do more. Once again, email at allterrainnationmedia@gmail.com if you have anything you want to talk about. You can get me on Instagram as well as all_terrain_nation_media because somebody took All Terrain Nation.
I was gonna say mine's not as complicated. It's just overlanding for fun.
See the simple life.
Yeah.
You're living it.
Overlanding for fun.
Yep. Wait. Let's see. So is Tim going to be at Bronco Talk Monday with a complete review of Supercell North? That is a good question. Let me see my interview board here. Oh, I can mark that one off. Yeah, we might do that. We might have Tim do a 15-hour review of this event. We hadn't had Tim on there for a while, and Tim wants some subs. So last night we got Buck Bronc. We got him what I want to say 35 subs or something last night being on the show.
I think 402 was the last.
407 was the last I saw.
407.
Yeah, but so Tim, if Tim could get like 3 subs out of the deal, he'd probably be happy.
Woohoo!
So Tim, be safe out there, man. Have a good time. I'm
Okay,
sure you'll text me and show me all the happenings there. But so whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive as long as you're driving with us here on the channel. So that's the show, guys. See y'all next Monday. I don't think I'm going to have a video dropping till then. So till next time, peace.